Capricorn, this week your love life is influenced by the Seven of Wands. So this could be a week where it's bringing up some really fiery emotions. Perhaps some of you are taking a risk of some sort, something daring, and maybe you're doing it behind the scenes, or your partner is. For some of you, this is a week about control, gaining it, losing it, regaining it, who's in control. And maybe somebody is throwing down the gauntlet. They're putting the line in the sand. And this could be a week where somebody is having to stand up for themselves. Maybe whatever it is, you totally believe in your stance. And maybe you're even being defiant or aggressive. There's some kind of challenge that you're trying to push through. And this is a week where something is going to come to a head. Now, either you or your partner perhaps are in a position of advantage right at the moment. And this is going to be a week where, if you choose, you can make some beneficial changes in your relationship, but it requires for you to bend, or for your partner to. This is a week of making some compromises, because, taking this stance of taking no prisoners, no holds barred, is going to keep a difficult situation going. So this is a week to, re-examine how you feel about something. And maybe you've been too unyielding in your approach, or maybe you're just stuck in a belief system, but that belief is not on solid footing right now. Now, for some of you, you're trying to get your partner to think like you. You want to influence a situation. And you won't be able to do that by being aggressive or in your face. You're going to have to find a way to find a middle path where whatever's going on between you, you can talk about it without your partner feeling as if you're criticizing them or you're judging them, or vice versa. This is going to be a challenging week. There could be some opportunities that open up for you, but again, there are also some challenges to deal with. And this week is going to require your patience with your partner or a situation. And whatever you're dealing with is something that's very complex or complicated, or some kind of simple strategy or plan, it's going to require a lot of effort and a lot of persistence. Now, some of you, perhaps your partner is asking for your advice or your assistance, or vice versa. And because of that, there are going to have to be some changes in schedule or priorities, or again, reconsidering a position. Some of you may feel as if you work really hard to please your partner, and yet whatever it is that you do, they're never satisfied. Or maybe your partner is feeling like that. So this could easily cause one of you to feel frustrated and, of course, take that out on somebody. It could be that you're involved in something maybe in your professional life, and you're having to put a lot of work into it, and it doesn't give you much time to deal with the relationship. So coping with the demands of a partner may simply be too much right now. For others of you, you're needing to look for other ways to express yourself, because your partner seems to be the channel through which you relate. Maybe your partner is a crutch somehow. This is going to be a week of getting down to brass tacks, sorting out something. What's fiction? What's reality? What's truth? What's mere fantasy? And for some of you, you may be dealing with issues of doubt or uncertainty or victimization. Maybe somebody's retreating from confrontation. In fact, you have the card retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So it could be to your advantage to, have a peaceful environment so that you can have a quiet dialogue with your partner. Maybe you need to unplug and just connect to one another. Or you may just decide again to retreat from some kind of confrontation. There could be a fear of rejection, a fear of the future. Maybe somebody's feeling vulnerable or at a disadvantage. Maybe somebody's retreating because they're running away from problems. But issues this week may be clouded with doubt or uncertainty or indecision. Maybe somebody's feeling overwhelmed and they retreat because they just want to give up. In this card, this is Penelope, and she was a formidable opponent, and she overcame her challenges through strategy. So this could be a week of negotiations, of maneuvering, of trying to position yourself to an advantage, being protective, trying to gain an upper hand, and perhaps in some cases being defensive. So again, you're trying to gain some type of advantage, or your partner is, and ultimately you may decide to retreat from confrontation, or maybe you gain an advantage by spending some time with your partner, especially if some of you have been really tied up in some professional obligations and you haven't had time for your partner.